Why you come here? Wait a minute.
Excuse me. So anyway, yeah, coconut point. I know I can make things faster if I just do the jobs that give you more money, but like I said, I'm kind of like that, you know? Just doing jobs where I can, like, talk and stuff, because that's the only point where I can speak whatever I want to speak about. So, you know. What else? So, yeah, that was my routine. Basically, wake up, go to my job, and I watch YouTube videos on my phone and stuff. Then I do some new things to do and, like, do everything, have my lunch break, and, you know, then call it a day, and that's it. And also, by the way, the thing how you sign in and sign out when starting the job, you know how, you know in the old days, I don't know if they still do it, where you have your attendance card and you, like, put it in this, like, clock thingy, and this is what tells you when you start and when you ended your job and stuff. That's kind of similar to how I did it with signing in on the computer, you know? So I did it like that and for when I do my job and stuff. So yeah, everything was great at the job. Like, there were no problems and stuff. Although there were some issues that happened to me that were kind of unfortunate, but they weren't too bad, basically. But so what happened was, okay, so I guess the first thing I like to talk about was, there's this one part, I don't know when this happened, maybe it was sometime late February or March or something. It wasn't that long from when I started my job and stuff. So what happened was, unfortunately, I overslept and my job starts at 9, by the way. I woke up at 9 o'clock, or it was like 9:12 or something, and I was so, like, if you want to know my feeling, my anxiety just went through the roof because I was like, oh shit, my job is supposed to start and I fucking overslept and stuff. So, like, I was so upset because I was afraid of how angry, like, my boss would be. Like, I was afraid that, my boss is so nice, he, like, always is very soft-spoken and stuff, but I thought, oh shit, what if he's going to, like, just fucking, like, yell at me, like, for being late and stuff, what if this is gonna be the only time I actually get to see his negative side, and I was so fucking scared. I thought, oh shit, if he were to do something like that, I'm gonna fucking cry from something like that, because I can't handle it. You remember when I mentioned about, hopefully I don't, like, cry or anything back in one of my Super Mario Galaxy gameplays? About when I talked about getting a job and stuff and how it's going to go, and I said hopefully I wouldn't cry. So I thought this was going to be the day where I was. And I was so scared to go back because, like, I was thinking of not showing up and maybe, like, you know how some people, like, ghost their employer, like, they don't show up at their job or anything, and so they just never show up, and that's basically them, like, quitting. So I thought I should do something like that because, I was like, I'm not going to show up late and, for him to, like, be pissed off and yell at me and stuff, because I was afraid that if he were to do something like that, this, like, thing would, like, scar me forever. Like, it'd be like a negative experience that would literally haunt me, for the rest of my life. It'd be like this, like, negative thing that would be scarred into my memories or something. So I was really scared to go back. Like, I was so nervous and scared that I was literally feeling like I was going to cry or something at some point, because I was like, shit, I woke up severely late, he's gonna be pissed off, I'm afraid, like, what was gonna happen. So, but anyway, I still sucked it up. I went to the place and I saw him, and he looked surprised to see me, obviously, because I was late. So then I had to make up this lie that, it was on a Friday, by the way. So it was like, listen, I'm sorry that I woke up late because I didn't know. I thought it was a Saturday, and, I thought because it was a Saturday, that means there's no work and stuff. But then I realized it was a Friday, and I had to show up, so I was like, so it was a huge misunderstanding. Like, I thought it was a Saturday when in reality it was a Friday. And when I said that to him, he was fucking laughing and stuff. He was like, oh shit, and I don't know if he was laughing out of, like, a dismissive, like, being like, yeah, you're still late and stuff, but, like, or if he was genuinely humored by my excuse. Whatever the case may be, he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine, like, just continue working and everything. He didn't express any negativity towards me. He didn't even yell at me. He didn't do anything. He was still as soft-spoken as he always was, so he didn't fucking, like, do anything. And I was so happy about that. I was like, yes, like, I didn't piss him off or something like that, because that's what I was afraid of. Now, of course, obviously, because, I actually did make money in this job. I made less than I usually did, which was, alright, because I was late, so I deserved not to make a lot of money. But that was the thing I could tolerate, like, I'm fine with him if I was late. I'm fine if he was still soft-spoken, but he said that, listen, don't do this again. It's very serious. Please don't do it. And like, or he basically and then says he cuts off my paycheck, or he could just say that, okay, I can't hire you anymore. You're fired and stuff, and while still being calm and stuff. I mean, sure, yeah, it'd still be bitter and stuff, but I could tolerate that. Like, I could still live with it because obviously things happen and stuff, and I can still like take it, But it's like, it's far different than some guy yelling at you, and like just being like very aggressive and stuff, and I fucking hate that. Like, if if you're feeling pissed and everything, then fucking fire me or just cut my paycheck. Say that you're not gonna get any money today. I'm fine with that. Just don't fucking yell at me, And he didn't. He was super nice to me all throughout. So I literally avoided a really negative outcome that I thought was going to happen that thankfully did not happen. So I was so happy that I avoided this unfortunate, scenario, and I was able to continue working happily. So anyway, yeah, so I guess that's another negative thing. That's one negative thing. Another negative thing, this wasn't really a big deal, but I thought it was like, I don't know, just something a little like conundrum that happened. I was working with my one coworker. He was a guy, by the way. He was also very soft-spoken, very reserved. And I was doing like the thing he was telling me to do, and then he asked me to do this one thing, and I was like confused and everything. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? He was like saying, do this, do that, and then of course like later on, not too long or something, but he started like raising his voice a little bit and stuff, getting a little aggressive. And not aggressive, he just raised his voice a little bit. Obviously, I was sensing he was getting agitated, so that was also kind of bothering me a bit. But then after I switched, I did the thing that he specifically asked me to, because he was sounding so confused, so I was like getting misunderstandings and stuff. But after I finally got on point on what he was trying to say, then everything went back to normal. But I guess that was just one little thing I just would like to mention, so yeah. So that was just one minor, it was like very, very like low and stuff, minor negative thing that happened, but it all worked out in the end, and we kind of get along and all that stuff. We got along, so it wasn't really too bad in a way, but I thought I'd just mention it to you guys about just one unfortunate incident with my coworker. Another unfortunate incident, anyway, so what happened? So I had a bunch of coworkers and stuff. They were really nice and stuff, and also I worked with this one coworker, and it was the only, one of the few females that worked at this place. Like, obviously they're all very old, but she was the only one that's like, I think she looked like she was in her 30s or 40s. She was obviously younger than the other females, but obviously not my age and stuff. And and I was also a student, but I would say she was like someone in her 30s or 40s, I would say, like very, middle age and stuff. And, we also worked together, and she was really nice and stuff. So, this one moment that happened was, because, like, I always, like, have to wake up early and stuff, and I tend to stay up late, I always feel, like, really, really sleepy when I get to my job and stuff. So what I usually do is, because I'm assigned to make packages and stuff, and that there's no deadline, what I do is that sometimes I go to the bathroom, and it's the personal bathroom that's at my my own room area that I work in. Bear in mind, it was also under construction and like renovation when this room was completed, so everything was cleaned, even the bathroom. So the bathroom was super clean, by the way, and it was my bathroom that I mainly used, so it's like my personal bathroom, so not many people went in it, and the floor was always clean, everything was clean. Bear in mind, me personally, I want everything to be clean, because like I like cleanliness. So but what I do is I usually take a little nap in like a 10 or 15 minute like nap in the bathroom. I'd say about 10 minutes, I would say, in the bathroom, because I still am like really sleepy when, you know, doing this job and stuff, because I wake up early and stuff. So, and bear in mind, this is when I'm doing packaging and stuff, so there's no deadline stuff. I never feel sleepy when I'm doing a one of these repair jobs, because they're always interesting to the point where where it always keeps me awake. But when it comes to making packages and stuff, it's very tedious and boring a little bit, to the point where the sleepiness actually does take a hold of me. So what I do is, I secretly, like, they have a shit ton of paper towel rolls. So I got one brand new paper towel roll, and I put it in the bathroom, like in the bathroom cabinet in the bottom. So it's like basically a bathroom with a toilet, a sink, and a cabinet below. I placed it in the bottom sink cabinet, and then what I do is, when it's like, I feel like it's like, oh, it's like hypothetically my bathroom break while I'm working on the packages, and my boss isn't here, it's just me. While I'm working on the packages, I then like go to the bathroom. It's as if like maybe I'm taking a piss or a shit or something. And I lock the door, I get the paper towel roll out, and then I lay it on the ground, and I lay my head on the paper towel roll as a pillow. And I put my alarm to wake me up like 10 minutes later. So usually that's what I do. I take a short 10-minute nap in the bathroom, and then when it rings, I then get up and go back to work, and I feel a little better doing this. So I've been doing this for I don't know how long, like quite a while and stuff. And there's this one point where that same coworker, the female coworker, she loudly like knocked on the door, like, you know, wondering what I was doing, and then she had this feeling that, oh, are you napping in the bathroom? She wasn't pissed or anything, but she was obviously like kind of concerned or disappointed or something, and like she and I was like, no, I was in the bathroom. Like, so I was like, no, I don't believe you. You probably are napping. And so then she basically said, like, just listen, don't do that and stuff. Like, you know, you could get caught doing that. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. I was kind of pissed off in a way, because I was like, shit, I've been caught. You know, I was hoping nobody would disturb me, and it would be like my little happy time, you know, just napping and stuff. But she was the only one that caught me doing it. My boss never found out. Nobody found out. It was just her. And she didn't sound pissed or anything, which I'm thankful for. She just, you know, obviously didn't, like, you know what I'm saying. So she was the only one that caught me doing it, and I was pissed off, but like, nothing bad happened. Like, she didn't rat me out or anything, so I really appreciated that. So yeah, I just need one coconut. Fuck. Okay, I can't find anything. So anyway, so she's the only one that found out, but luckily my boss didn't find out, so I was still able to, you know, I think I still did it even after that, but I was more careful than I usually am. So anyway, all in all, I still continued working and everything, and I didn't get caught. Nothing bad happened to me. And then another unfortunate incident. This was all personal. Like, nobody ever found out about this, but it kind of did happen to me at one point, and it was fine because it usually happens and stuff. So one time when I was like working on setting up these like movable, like, I set up these cards where you basically make them and stuff and assemble them and everything. So at one point I was like connecting something and all that, and I didn't know my thumb was on that like one area where the pieces snap together. So I got my thumb in there accidentally, and when I was trying to snap it in place, it kind of did, but then it was on my thumb, and it kind of made a cut under it. It wasn't that bad, but it was like bleeding and stuff. It was a very like bad cut and everything. So what I did was, I didn't tell my boss about this, but the thing was that looking through the bathrooms and stuff, I noticed that there was a place where they store bandages and everything. So what I did was, when my thumb was bleeding, I quickly went to the bathroom. I washed it with soap and water, and then I basically got out a Band-Aid and I just put it over my thumb, and then I continued working after that. It still bled and stuff, but it was like not too bad, and it was able to, you know, stop the bleeding and continue working. And it healed up nicely. Like nothing bad happened. It was just one small little work accident, I would say. There are a few accidents that actually happened to me at that place. One time when I was like soldering and stuff, I accidentally placed the solder tip on my nose, and it kind of, you know, burned it. There's like a burn spot on it, and it kind of left a wound on there. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I don't know if it was noticeable, but I kind of dealt with it and stuff. But yeah, it really left a burn on there. But it healed up and stuff. It doesn't really show any scarring or anything, but that was one incident where I kind of, you know, burned myself on the tip of my nose. And then another incident where I burned myself was when I was working on a soldering thing. This one piece of solder metal like kind of landed on my hand, and it was really hot to the point where it left a burn spot on it, and it actually hurt even though it was small. It was a small spot and stuff, so I had to deal with that. And then another point, this wasn't too bad, but when my boss was demonstrating something about like the soldering thing, he got one small droplet of solder into my eye. I was wearing a goggle at the time. Normally I definitely wear goggles when I'm soldering and stuff, but at that point when he was doing a demonstration to me, I didn't bother wearing one. So one drop of solder just went into my eye. So yeah. Alright. So yeah, I got one small drop of solder into my eye, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't even leave a burn at all in my eyeball. I just went to the sink and washed it up. At that point, it already solidified, so it went out of my eye and stuff. So it didn't got stuck or anything bad happened. Nothing bad happened. That was all good. But you know, just one little incident that kind of just happened to me. Hold on, how long has it been? Alright, an hour and 40. They're gonna stop sometime below 2 hours, but I've been progressing really nice, so yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on that I've been talking about, so it's really good that I was able to talk and stuff. So, yeah, so, other than that, very few injuries that kind of happened to me. Oh shit, I was supposed to do the coconut job. Very few injuries happened to me and stuff. Nothing bad ever happened at that workplace. I was able to work just fine, and like I was really into it and stuff. I even worked on the weekends. Whenever my boss told me that he had something for me to do on the weekend, I volunteered. I went. I didn't like say no at all. So I always worked at that place. So yeah. So I did a lot of stuff and everything.
Why you come here?
And you know, I guess one memorable incident also, this is kind of like, you know, this wasn't too bad or anything, but you know how people talk about politics in the workplace? This wasn't really that political, but it was something similar. So as you know, I started working in February, way before Valentine's Day of 2018, and I do remember, like, after the Parkland shooting, it was the day after that, and I went, you know, to do my job, like to work there. And I do remember about two coworkers, you know, they were talking about the shooting and what happened, and like, I remember I was there in the same room. I was like cleaning the lubrication device for the dental equipment. I was like cleaning it and stuff. I remember hearing that in the same room and stuff, you know, openly. So I was just working on the thing and everything, and they were talking about it and stuff. And I mean, I remember feeling so shit about that, mainly because, you know, the thing about mass shootings and like crime and stuff is that obviously what happened was a tragedy and stuff, but the thing that really pissed me off about the Parkland shooting was that the fact that the shooter, Nicholas Cruz, was still alive when that happened. And the thing is, though, is that obviously, you know, I don't want any individual to be dead and everything, but the problem was that because he lived, you know, that now subjects him to potentially be charged with being how do you say this? That gave the potential of him being, like, you know, executed, you know, being charged with the death penalty in the state of Florida, because, you know, in Florida the death penalty is legal, and because he didn't really kill himself after the shooting, you know, now he's subjected to the death penalty, especially considering that he was 19 years old when this happened. Had he been 17, then this wouldn't have happened, because like a similar shooting happened in Texas, in Santa Fe, I think. Yes, it was Santa Fe, when this guy, I forgot his name and stuff, he did the shooting, but he was 17 at the time of the shooting. And because he was 17, he was ineligible for the death penalty. Had he been 18 years old by the time this happened, then yes, he would have gotten the death. He would have definitely gotten the death penalty. But you know, he avoided that because he was 17. So the problem with it is that like when Nicholas Cruz did that, he was 19. So of course he was eligible, like you know, for capital punishment. You know, so I was so pissed and depressed about that because like. Now it's basically the state of Florida literally harming an individual, you know. Like, obviously, like, you know, Nicholas Cruz, what he did, you know, he should be charged with the crimes he's done, but it should be under human rights and, like, you know, and no treatment of cruelty to that individual. Like what they do in Norway. But unfortunately, this isn't Norway, this is fucking Florida where torture is basically legal in this state, so, you know. That's what happened, like, you know, the fact that he's gonna go through all that and stuff, you know, but...
That's easy.
I mean, I don't know, he should have killed himself when he had the chance, but then again, like, the surprising thing about mass shootings is that usually mass shooters, vast majority of the time, they always kill themselves after they've done the act, but very rarely do they, you know, not do it and they live from it. Great examples would be, like, you know, James Holmes, who did the Aurora shooting. Or the Texas shooting, the one that took place, I forgot what it was called, but it's in the same district that Beto O'Rourke represented, that white supremacist guy that did the shooting against a lot of Hispanics and stuff. He also said that he was going to do suicide, but he didn't do suicide. And also, then there's the Santa Fe shooting that I mentioned. He also mentioned in his diary that he was going to do suicide. He didn't do suicide, he lived from it. Or didn't live from it, but he didn't take his own life, and so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Mass shooters, most of the time, they always commit suicide, but very rarely they don't go through it. And, you know, that's what I learned in my psychology class when I was in my community college. My professor mentioned that and said that very rarely it happens, and, you know, they don't know why, it just does. So apologies of what's going on in the background. I think it's gonna rain soon. So if you hear some thundering in the background, that's kind of what's happening. Oh shit! I'm really close. If I do this one assassin mission, then I'm actually done. So, yeah. So I guess like I can still talk and stuff, but wait, how long has it been? Hold on. It's now 1 hour and 45. Maybe I could do the coconut thing one more time. I don't know, maybe do the coconut. I mean, let me just finish off what I'm actually talking about, I guess. Like, we can do other stuff, you know? So yeah, my job so that's basically what I've been hearing at that job. So that's not like another negative thing that kind of happened. It's no big deal, but it's like something that I really hated to hear because, you know, this thing made me very upset simply for the fact that because Nicholas Cruz is alive, if he just committed suicide and stuff, then like I would have felt much better after this because that means like I know for a fact that the state that I live in or like my parents' taxpayer dollars wouldn't go to torturing an individual. So that's what I'm saying basically. But then you know the fact that was there a little ball thing here? Because I remember seeing like a red glow. Oh, okay. No, there isn't. I don't know why. Whenever I drive here, it looked like it. But I think it's because of that thing right there. Yeah, probably. So, you know, yeah. So that's one little minor political thing that just happened at my workplace, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Also, when I saw the guy that I was working with, and he scrolled in his Twitter on his computer, and also showed, you know, the Parkland shooting thing and stuff, so... I'm just checking BFAT videos now on his place and everything to make sure that there's no additional stuff that I should get, you know? Anyway, so... Yeah, that was my workplace. It was really fun. All my coworkers were super nice. My boss was super nice. I'm so thankful that everything went really well with like, you know, how things went at my workplace, because honestly I didn't really want to do this whole thing. I just had to do it because it was part of my assignment and stuff. So it was really nerve-wracking doing it, but I'm just thankful everything worked out in the end. So, you know, I don't know, it made me more confident with getting a job and stuff. Hopefully I'd be able to get one out of state, because I know that the economy, right now, I mean, things are getting better, but it's kind of still in the shitter because of COVID, so I don't know if getting a job out of state is going to be a lot harder than it would have been back then, but I'm definitely going to try my best. Hopefully the new boss that I had would be just as nice and friendly as the boss I had at that workplace in Florida. So I forgot to mention the place where I worked in was also pretty sweet. Like the area where it was located in basically the industrial part of the county that I lived in. Basically, it was like a blue collar working class area, I would say. What is this? So, energy saving 2. Energy saving parts for Tsubaki 1 Mach 2. Oh, okay. Power up parts for Tsubaki Mach 2. Oh, I see. Okay, and this is the Beam Katana energy saving parts for Tsubaki Mach 3. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So only my Tsubaki, the Tsubaki Mach 1 has an energy saving part, but the one that I have does not. And yeah, I'm not getting that because, you know, I'm not going to keep on working just to get this one. I mean, I could and like continue talking, but I really want to finish this game as soon as possible, so yeah. But that's what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to do anything like that. So anyway, we got everything. So she's not going to have any additional stuff, so we're officially done with her in a way. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, I really hope, I'm just so thankful about everyone being nice to me at my workplace, my boss being nice to me. Hopefully I'd be able to find a job out of state that would give me the exact same experience that I had before. Maybe even better, who knows, but I don't know because I haven't even moved out yet, so I don't know how things are going to go, and especially with the economy like this, how hard is it going to be to get a new job? Because I need to have a job if I want to move out of the state, because if I don't have a job, I mean, I can live without a job. It would be depressing if I don't have one. So I have to have one no matter what, you know? Anyway, I have to go to Thunder Ryu's place. Yeah, so let's see if he'll say something. Like, let me read through and see if he says something new because I completed everything. I don't know. So
I know. You want that, right?
yeah, so anyway. Yeah, we'll learn that. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. You like that. I don't know what he said. Okay, there's nothing new. This is that, right? Body may be gone. Oh, okay, this is a new thing, right? This is that, right? Body may be gone, but Thunder Ryu's soul immortal. I'll be watching you.
I wait for you.
Okay, yeah, so that was, I guess that might be the new thing that I skipped over, I think, so it's nice that I was able to read it, even though I skipped over it, so that's pretty good. Anyway, so we've gone everywhere and stuff, so I feel like maybe I should probably call it off here. I feel like I could just do the assassin, should I call it off? You know what? Let's do the assassin. Let's get the money that we need, and then like we can call it off, so then I can immediately go to do the boss once I start this gameplay. So yeah, let's do that. Let me check how much time I still have. Okay, it's close, but I feel like I could do it. Can I? Actually, fuck. Let me save first. Yeah.
May you find your overcard?
You know what? I'm done with everything, so why do I need to keep that in the gameplay? How about I'll just finish off what I'm saying, and then I can just do this thing off screen. And like, you know, while the video's processing, do this, and then like, you know, save, and I would be ready for the next boss fight. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So anyway, yeah, so all the coworkers are super nice, like, especially that guy that, you know, that Eastern European guy that was very nice to me. So I'm very thankful that he was there and how he was and stuff. And he always brightens up my day when I see him. Another guy that was also really nice. There was a very strong, bald, muscular guy. He was also really nice. And you know, I remember I used to bring my own Coke drink because the room that I had for myself had a fridge, so I was able to get one beverage or something. And he always calls me the Coke Man because of that. It was so funny. I really love the guy. He was like, I don't know if he was brand new. I saw him like sometime in the summer. So yeah, he probably was brand new, I guess, or probably worked at this place. But you know, I just saw him and stuff. I don't know. So yeah, he was so nice. Everyone was so nice. You know, the female coworker was nice. My boss was nice. The Eastern European coworker was nice. That guy was nice. Everyone was nice. Everything at my work experience was fantastic. I did not get anything. Nothing unfortunate happened to me. Nothing negative. No negative thoughts erupted because of this thing. So I was so happy with how things turned out that I was glad things turned out that way. So I guess that's basically it about my work experience and stuff. I talked a lot and stuff, and I also talked about my class I was doing and stuff. Hopefully everything goes well and everything. Hopefully that in when I move out of the state, I find a job just as good as the one I worked in Florida. I hope everything goes well, and yeah. So anyway, considering that we're almost done with this game, like this we'll be finished with it. So I hope also this gameplay, you know, this whole series also goes well. So yeah, look forward to the final battle soon. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.